Call the meeting to order for the Village of Round Lake Beach, our board meeting for Monday, October 10, 2016. Please call the roll.
Trustee Husk.
Here.
Trustee Valdez. Trustee Wallace.
Here.
Trustee Butler.
Here.
Trustee Nichols.
Here.
Trustee Bennis.
Here.
Mayor Hill.
Here. Let the record show a quorum is present. Would you all please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Any additions or deletions to the agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Bennis, second by Trustee Wallace. Although I think Trustee Wallace actually beat you on that one, but
Thank you, Mayor.
let's get into additions, corrections. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, the agenda is approved as written. Any corrections on the September 26th council meeting minutes? If not, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, don't have a difficulty here deciding who this one was. Motion by Trustee Nichols, second by Trustee Butler. Any questions, corrections, clarifications? Again, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, that's also approved. We have expenditures tonight of $1,082,286.54. Some of the larger items in that group are the CLC Joint Action Water Agency for our Lake Michigan water, a little over $154,000. Chicagoland Paving for doing a bunch of pavement patching, a little over $362,000. Got some others for the Police Pension Fund. Several different items here, one for about $115,000, another for about $280,000, another about $83,000, all being sent to the Police Pension Fund from the taxes that came in September. And several other bills were included in this. I know the board have all had a chance to review them. The staff have all reviewed them. Any of the trustees have any questions on any of the bills? We have a motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Trustee Husk, second by Trustee Wallace. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. We have no ratifications this evening, so we'll move right on to our committee reports. Any of the trustees have any standing committee reports?
Yes, Mayor. I would like just everybody to know that the Round Lake Beach Police Shop with a Cop is quickly approaching, and we are collecting donations. And if you would like to write out a check, you could please make that out to the Round Lake Beach Police Foundation. And Shop with a Cop is when officers take kids who are in need of assistance during the holidays to Walmart to purchase for them some toys, clothes, anything that they might need. And if you have any questions, it is on December 5th this year, and if you have any questions, contact the police department.
So a very worthy cause. Thank you. And thank you for the police department for doing all that work.
Mm-hmm.
Any other announcements tonight? Okay, there's three items under the mayor's. We do have the first one is a proclamation, National Prescription Drug Take Back Day. If we'd ask our clerk to please read that.
Whereas the 12th National Prescription Drug Take Back will take place October 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., local time in every state but Pennsylvania and Delaware, where the event took place on September 12th. Whereas, as with the previous 11 take-back events, sites will be set up throughout communities nationwide so local residents can return their unwanted, unneeded, or expired prescription drugs for safe disposal. Whereas collection sites in every local community, including the Village of Round Lake Beach, can be found by going to www.dea.gov. Whereas the National Prescription Drug Take-Back addresses a vital public safety and public health issue. Whereas many Americans are not aware that medicines that languish in home cabinets are highly susceptible to diversion, misuse, and abuse. Rates of prescription drug abuse in the U.S. are at alarming rates, as are the number of accidental poisonings and overdoses due to these drugs. Studies show that many abused prescription drugs are obtained from family and friends, including from the home medicine cabinet. In addition, many Americans do not know how to properly dispose of their unused medicine, often flushing them down the toilet or throwing them away, both potential safety and health hazards. Whereas in the previous 11 take-back events nationwide, over 4,823,251 pounds, or 2,411 tons of drugs were collected. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Board of Trustees of the Village of Round Lake Beach, Lake County, Illinois as follows. The day of October 22nd, 2016 shall be proclaimed as National Prescription Drug Take-Back in the Village of Round Lake Beach, Illinois.
And this, well, it does pertain to us. We also have a facility at the Round Lake Beach Police Station that could take drugs back every day during the week. I'll just stop in and drop them off there. It's right in the lobby. You can dispose of all your prescription drugs. You don't have to wait for just this particular day. We're passing this also to help educate those that aren't aware of it. Since it's the national proclamation, hopefully it'll reach some more people. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Butler, second by trustee Bennis. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great, thank you. We'll make sure that gets out. And the next one's proclamation of Red Ribbon.
Whereas alcohol and drug abuse in this nation have reached epidemic stages, and whereas it is imperative that visible, unified prevention education efforts by community members be launched to eliminate the demand for drugs, and whereas the National Red Ribbon Campaign offers citizens the opportunity to demonstrate their commitment to drug-free lifestyles, no use of illegal drugs, no illegal use of legal drugs. And whereas the National Red Ribbon Campaign will be celebrated in every community in America during Red Ribbon Week, October 23rd to 31. And whereas business, government, parents, law enforcement, media, medical institutions, religious institutions, schools, senior citizen service organizations, and youth will demonstrate their commitment to healthy, drug-free lifestyles by wearing and displaying red ribbons during this week-long campaign. And whereas the Village of Round Lake Beach further commits its resources to ensure the success of the Red Ribbon Campaign. Now therefore be it resolved, Mayor Richard A. Chillen and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Round Lake Beach do hereby proclaim October 23rd to 31 as Red Ribbon Week and encourages its citizens to participate in drug prevention education activities not only during Red Ribbon Week but all year long, making a visible statement that we are strongly committed to a drug-free Round Lake Beach.
And as the proclamation says, educating our children is probably the most important part of that. When they're young, you educate them, the dangers of it before their friends, and peer pressure gets to them when they get into middle school, and hopefully not before that, but even by middle school now, they're getting into those problems. So early education and doing things with their kids. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Nichols, second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Great, thank you. We'll get that out to the schools. And the third one's proclamation World Pancreatic Cancer Day.
Whereas in 2016, an estimated 53,070 people, 27,670 men, and 25,400 women will be diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in the United States, and 41,780 people, 21,450 men, and 20,330 women will die from this disease. Whereas pancreatic cancer has the lowest survival rate of all major cancers, and just 2 to 10% of those diagnosed survive 5 years. Whereas studies show that death rates for pancreatic cancer are increasing in the United States and Europe, while death rates are declining for most other cancers. Whereas pancreatic cancer is the 7th most common cause of cancer-related death in men and women across the world. Whereas there are an estimated 367,000 new pancreatic cancer cases diagnosed globally in 2015. Whereas the good health and well-being of the residents around Lake Beach are enhanced as a direct result of increased awareness about pancreatic cancer and research into early detection, causes, and effective treatments. Therefore, be it resolved that Mayor Richard A. Chillen and the Board of Trustees of the Village of Round Lake Beach do hereby proclaim November 17th as World Pancreatic Cancer Day in the Village of Round Lake Beach, Illinois.
As I'm sure you're all aware, pancreatic cancer is a cancer that's very fast moving and normally takes the people that are struck with it within a couple of months, sometimes not even that long. By the time you get diagnosed, they have a couple of weeks, and it's really tragic to see that happen to families and people in general. So if they can do anything to help prevent that, they've made some really strides in other areas, but pancreatic cancer seems to be one that they just haven't been able to do much about. So, is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Wallace.
Second.
Second by trustee Butler. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, thank you. That's also approved. Is there a clerk's report tonight?
There is no report tonight. Thank
Okay, move on to our items of business then. We have item A, a resolution authorizing and approving an award of contract to Morton Salt Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $57,439. We're going to be purchasing salt from a second vendor to make sure we have adequate amounts of salt, and then in case one vendor has an issue supplying the salt, we have a second vendor to go to. It's actually both Morton Salt, but we have it through different buying co-ops, so hopefully we'll be able to get the salt no matter what happens. Any questions? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Give it to trustee Husk and trustee Wallace. Motion is second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item B is a resolution declaring certain public works vehicles as surplus equipment. We bought a couple of new vehicles this year, and now we need to sell off the old vehicles. One's a 1995 GMC 7000 5-rear dump truck. The other's a 2001 3500 HD aerial lift truck. So they've both been around for many years, and we're finally able to purchase some replacements for those. Keep some good equipment in our hands of our employees. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Butler, second by trustee Bennis. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. Item C is a resolution approving an agreement to purchase certain property, 140 Acre Court. This property is part of the area that we need for the eventual Hook Drive extension. We've been negotiating with the people over in that area. We need a parcel of their, a section of their parcel, some of the property, and also some additional property later on for a construction easement when we actually build the road, because we need a little bit of room on the sides to do so. The price for that would be $40,000, and that gets us pretty close then to having a complete road section. I think there's only one piece of property left that we would need to acquire, and hopefully we can get that in place and start working on funding then for the road extension, because that would be great for the people in that other neighborhood, not having to go out on Rollins Road to get over there. Any questions by the board? And this is also eligible for funding through the TIF 4. That'll give a road to that area and help to develop hopefully commercial property in Section 2. If there's no questions, there is a motion to approve.
So motion.
Motion by trustee Nichols.
Second.
Second by trustee Bennis. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Please call the roll.
Trustee Bennis.
Aye.
Trustee Husk.
Aye.
Trustee Wallace.
Aye.
Trustee Butler.
Aye.
Trustee Nichols.
Aye.
That's approved 5-0. That was our last item of business. It's now open to public participation. Anyone has a question or comment for the board, please step to the microphone and give your name and address for the record, and either state your comment or ask a question. Well, thank you for being here tonight. We have executive session on our agenda, but we have no executive session as necessary. There's no action on those items. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Butler, second by trustee Husk. We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.